Hello? Am I here? Is it live? Hello. Yeah, cool. Um, uh, I regret to inform you, my shit is fucked. My shit, it's fucked. It's not gonna unfuck tonight. I'm gonna have to unfuck it tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on, but the programs don't want to start. It's fine. It'll be okay. But uh, yeah. So I can't really do anything. Um, games wise, uh, but we can hang out and chat for a bit. That's all I really got, and that's probably. I mean, I got some time. I can ramble. Let's ramble. Um, but thank you, Connor. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time. Um, but yeah, we're just gonna chill if y'all feel like chilling. If not, that's okay. Um, uh, yeah, nice. Um, so let's see. Wait, can I? You can't see me update Splatoon 3, but I'm updating Splatoon 3. Uh, um, we can ramble about Splatoon 3. I was bringing up. I have a browser with which to view things if we felt like viewing things. Actually, now that I think about it, let's do that. Let's go to let's talk about this. Let's take a look. Um, hmm, I yeah, it's me. They're lost in the void because my PhD tube thing doesn't want to load at all right now. That's okay. um, so this is cool. This is nice. The Splatfest stuff. Um, I'm assuming you can see my cursor. Please let me know if you cannot. Yeah, she's taking a nap. You can. Okay, good. Good, good. Okay. So this stuff's all good. Um, backloading a little bit of the score. Like ultimately, I don't think these tiny adjustments are going to make much of a difference because it's possible, Connor. Honestly, it's possible. I'll troubleshoot it tomorrow. It's not a biggie. Um, I'll figure it out. Yeah, this isn't that important. All things considered, because like the Splatfests are generally one. Um, it's kind of been like all or nothing. Like I guess some of them have been won by this. So this is 30 points, and now it'll be 27 points. So 27. I guess this is 30 points. So if the same team gets these, I guess that means the popular vote doesn't automatically win. Like if another team gets both of these, that's all it really means. It's not a huge difference, all things considered, but it's something. This kind of encapsulates my feelings about the rest of this. Actually, it's minor, it's tiny, it might not really affect the game at all, but that's what they've given us. That's my feeling on pretty much all of this shit. Uh, to be perfectly honest. Um, so, uh, this is cool. Nova is still kind of, it's in such a weak spot. I don't see this changing anything. This would have to be significant. This doesn't feel significant enough on its own. It might help. It might help. Um, this is cool. I don't know if Luna was really struggling. I don't know if it really matters. Um, it's not something that I'm interested in playing, so I kind of don't care. That's sort of like in Snack you tweeted in kind of a joking way, like uh I think they should buff the things I like and nerf the things I don't like, and my feeling is that, but unironically, because like, listen, I, I I stand by it too. That, but literally no irony in it whatsoever. Um, who is playing these weapons? Like, who cares about these? Like the big swig, the sniper rider. Like, it's cool to have more options. It is cool. I'm glad. That's exactly what I want. This is such a small spread. Where's the tri-stringer changes? Um, where's the changes to Jet Squelcher? Where's the changes to fucking anything? Like Splatlings are kind of weird in general right now. Mini isn't the only one that needs buffs. Um, Here, I'm gonna pull up the game just for my own reference now that I have updated it, so I can at least look at it myself and sort of discuss it. But like this is cool. This is fine. Like, I don't know if that really changes much. That's really just my feeling on all of this. Is like, okay, they gave us a slight buff to some things. I don't know if that'll really change anything, but okay, sure, thank you, I guess. Um, yeah, adjusted the fall off rate. Yeah, oh yeah, this is actually really nice for sloshers. This might be kind of scary, actually. um, this is something I'm gonna have to test in game. I will check this out shortly. Because I've played both of these types of dualies quite a bit. If the difference is noticeable, I'll notice the difference. Yeah, it's niche buffs to niche weapons, and I don't hate that. But there's more niche weapons that need more buffs. It's part of what I would say. Also, another thing I would say, um, uh, um, so we have these changes. The reef stuff is cool. I wanted like this. We'll see how much of a difference this makes. It might be pretty big. This is nice. Reef is kind of a weird weapon, and I don't mind it getting buffs. I want it to like be closer to its original like intended playstyle rather than just a missile spammer. We'll see if this actually does that. I would like it to. They keep trying to buff angle shooter slightly every fucking time with like a little bit of a ink buff. And that's cool, I guess. It still doesn't really feel worth using. This is gonna be me being really negative because right now my feelings on this game are really kind of negative. And I apologize if that's not your vibe right now. But I kind of need to old woman yell at Cloud at least a little bit. Um, because this just feels like nothing. I'm struggling to enjoy the game right now, and this changes nothing for me. In that struggle, to be perfectly honest. Like okay, so yeah, this angle shooter, it's like okay, cool. It's basically nothing. Um, yeah. Oh, please buff it more. Like buff it better if you want us to use it. Like you're buffing it every patch very slightly. That's cool. Maybe just make a bigger patch. Make a bigger buff. I mean, I don't feel like that's asking for too much. Um, so yeah, we have a burst bomb nerf here. Increase the amount of ink consumed from 40% to 45%. That's pretty big. Um, if the player doesn't have any ink saver sub, so if you have ink saver sub, it'll start to um balance it out. This is a kind of thing that they've been doing a lot, like with some of the special abilities. Um, and it's fine. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Because this isn't even the real nerf. This is like kind of a nerf. The bigger nerf is this. But we'll get to that. So, increase the radius of the outer perimeter when vacuuming up ink by roughly 10%. This might be nice. I don't know if it's going to make ink vac any less weak. Um, yeah, I really wish I could just like show these while I'm rambling about them. Um, Unfortunately, I cannot. uh, because everything's fucked. Also, yeah, even my I don't think that the program I use to stream my Nintendo Switch is Unity or has anything to do with Unity, and it's fucked also. So I think it's just a general PC issue right now. Something is fucked. Um, exactly, bitter. That's exactly what I'm getting to. Um, that's sort of the brunt of all of this, and I will get there. We're gonna get there the slow way. So let's see. In fact, I don't know how noticeable that's gonna be. It it's 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 nice. It needs help, so a little bit of help. That's cool. I have nothing bad to say about that. Um, this this is really nice. Roughly doubled the horizontal radius of the area where players can drink. So basically, you can grab the drink from farther away now. That's really good. Um, and this is nice. It uh goes a little farther. And maybe faster. I don't know. Inkjet. This seems like a pretty significant buff. Um, yeah. Also, I'm curious how well that jump buff works. Um, that seems pretty good. Oh, I skipped right past Reef Slider because who really gives a shit? Uh, but yeah. Okay. So, damage buff. Increase the radius. Okay, cool. Increase the radius of the ink slider. Yeah. Slight Reef Slider buffs. Eh. Good Ultra Stamp buffs. It needs them. Like, both of these need buffs, and they got them. Um, I don't really have anything negative to say about those things. Uh, so all of these things are real issues that it needed help with, and these seem like big enough numbers. Maybe this will help. Um, this is where I start to get fucking irritated. So this is, Crab Tank is powerful. It's good for them to try and rein in some of that power. We like that. Um, we'll get more to that. This is funny, and yeah, this was necessary because this has been an issue. The tower control, like people will just crack it up and hang out on the fucking tower. Um, this is huge. I potentially. Really, what it means is that more people will be using sub defense. At this point, like if you're not using one sub ability slot of sub resistance up, they really need to change some of the wording on that. But if you follow me, you probably should be using at least one, and I think two is probably going to be a good amount at this point. Because protecting yourself from both of these types of things potentially really big. And it's good for a lot of other stuff too already. So this is a positive change. Um, kind of. It's also kind of shitty for burst bomb weapons that aren't the splash. Um, Opening Gambit. This is cool. I don't know. Uh, yeah. I mean, this could potentially be kind of wild, actually. But I don't know if it's gonna get people using it. Maybe it will. This is doubled the amount of like duration extending, so that's kind of cool. Anytime you get a splat, in the like if you get a splat in the first 30 seconds, then you get an additional 15 seconds on your opening gambit, which is like three mains of swim, uh, run, I think, ink resist, and now intensify action. Maybe not ink resist. Not. Um, so this could potentially be pretty good now. It's been useless pretty much. Like if I see someone with opening gambit, I kind of just like roll my eyes and laugh at them because it doesn't really do anything. Not in ranked anyway. Yeah, good for blaster mains, I guess. Yeah, sure. Uh, yeah, cool. Salmon Run. Um, there's a couple of relevant bug fixes that are kind of nerfs and buffs. I don't really want to go into detail on all this. Um, so they continue to nerf Crab Tank. They continue to nerf Burst Bomb. This is the right kind of nerf to Burst Bomb and Fizzy Bombs, but it'll still hurt Burst Bombs. They still aren't nerfing any main weapons. And there are some main weapons in need of nerfs. When you look at this, I have it sorted by subs, so we can look at the Burst Bomb weapons. Carbon Roller, it's pretty good. I think a Burst Bomb nerf is not uncalled for on this weapon. I think it kind of works. And they also got a buff to their special gain in order to offset it. Mini Splatling got a buff to its firing rate duration to help offset the Burst Bomb nerf as well. And the Zinc Mini, it just gets a firing buff, which is nice for that. These weapons both having Ultra Stamp buff is good. Splatana is really strong. It getting a Burst Bomb nerf is probably good too. Like, Burst Bomb is a powerful sub. It really is. So nerfing it for all weapons that have it it probably was needed anyway. But, and the fact that they, like, buffed a couple of these weapons in response also is nice. Like, this weapon, I don't think it really needed any kind of nerf. I think nerfing the nozzle nose, maybe not the best idea. Mini didn't really need a nerf. It got a small buff to compensate. Carbon can be a powerful weapon. You don't see it a whole lot because it's a high skill weapon, really high skill ceiling. Splaton is pretty high skill ceiling too, but you do see it quite a lot. It is powerful. I guarantee you the Splash isn't going to care about any of this shit. Like, I showed you. We went through it one time comparing the Splash and the Splatter Shot. Splash-O-Matic has a ton of things in its favor as a main weapon. It's not going to care about any of this. Not even a little bit. It isn't. And when you look at Crab Tank, they keep nerfing the shit out of this. How many of these weapons are represented in the meta? One. Splat Dualies, like, they gave it a slight buff also, and that's nice. Obviously to compensate for this also. Splat Dualies, like, you see them sometimes. I'd love to see them more. A slight buff might get us seeing them more. But, a nerfed Crab Tank, maybe you won't. Maybe you won't see them more if Crab Tank is getting worse and worse. No one uses Splattershot Pro. Nobody. It's extremely rare to see one. Nobody's using this fucking thing. The L3 is in such a bad spot right now. It got no buffs of any kind. All it received were nerfs. The other version of Nozzle Nose did get Ultra Stamp buffs. But that's it. And that applies to every Ultra Stamp weapon. And there's not really any reason you would pick this one over the other ones. And the Splash-O-Matic has received no nerf. except for on its sub and its special, which disproportionately affect the other weapons with this sub and special, and it'll disproportionately affect them in the future too. Any future weapons they give with Crab Tank. Um, yeah, honestly, oh, I'm playing with it right now. Having played Splat Dualies quite a bit, this change to the movement speed on it is actually really noticeable and actually really nice. So that's pretty big for them. It could help make them a contender, but now more people are going to be running uh, sub defense, so their suction bombs might not have as much impact as they once did, and Crab Tank is nerfed now, so it might not be as significant of a thing for it to have as it once was. It's still good. Like, these nerfs aren't necessarily huge. They're mostly like stamping down on, or tamping down rather, on like exploitative behaviors, things that are like ways to make it work in ways that it shouldn't. Um, it's still, it's nothing. Like, ultimately, what this changes for crab tank weapons, like I am irritated because they are nerfing the crab tank and the sub weapon and not nerfing the main weapon. And the thing is that the nerfs aren't even that big. So the Splash-O-Matic is not affected by this patch even a little bit, in my opinion. It like, okay, yeah, a little bit. It's still going to be top of the meta. They've done nothing to change that. They continue to do nothing to change that. I don't know why. I want to scream. Like, I don't know why they don't want to nerf main weapons. They need to. The Splash-O-Matic is overrepresented. It will continue to be. And every nerf that they've given it up to this point hasn't changed that. This nerf isn't going to change that either. It has no reason to. It's not going to do anything. Um, like, these weapons could probably use some help with turf output. Uh, these weapons need a lot of help in just being good at all. It didn't do anything for them. Splattershot Nova getting a buff is nice. I don't care about Blast. um, like, they didn't really, like, they nerfed Kraken a little bit. Again, they mostly just fixed exploitative behaviors. They didn't really nerf the actual thing all that much. Exactly. They are being the touch. This is my complaint with balance in the state of balance in this game currently is that their touch right now with balance is so light as to basically be non-existent. Like, they are making changes, but they are so small and relatively like it it's not enough to actually change the meta. They're not doing anything to affect the meta. Also, I mean, you'll note um, the only thing in here that affects Sloshing Machine is this fizzy bombs having reduced damage from sub resistance up. That's the only nerf to Sloshing Machine in this. Um, and it is also overrepresented in the meta. Is overrepresented generally. The E leader, nothing in this patch affects the E leader, even a little bit. And maybe they think that's balanced in that it's a hard weapon to use. It's not that hard though, is the thing. Like, I was having a lot of fun playing it with my group without really even being that good with it. I was having a lot of success. I've wanted that thing dead for a while. Like, they're all annoying. Like, they're not doing anything to actually affect how the meta shakeups work, how they're going to work. It's all going to be the same. And I'm not really interested in any of the weapons currently in the game is sort of where I'm at right now. It's like I really wanted buffs to Tri-Stringer. Uh, Brella received nothing this patch. Like a slight ink back buff, slight reef slider buff. Like that's cool, but like these weapons are like broken derogatory. They're fucked. Yeah. Like I really don't know what they're doing. Like I don't understand why they're being so gentle with the balance. Like Splatlings are in kind of a weird spot where they're like okay in a lot of ways and not okay in a lot of ways. It is kind of just based on how the game itself is now with the new mechanics and stuff. Yeah, Brella was really fun into, and even then it wasn't like that strong, but it was fun. I think there were periods where it was more strong and potentially like overly so. Um, but generally it's not like it's never been like a huge thing. Um, I don't know. I just like I really wanted to try Stringer buff. You know, most of the dualies are kind of doing okay. They're all kind of middle of the pack right now. I think Dapples are honestly a couple of, like the better class right now. The Splat dualie buff is really cool. And it honestly is noticeable and does feel good. Let me check out Dapples. I'm curious. Oh, that's really good too, actually. Because like one of the hardest things with Dapples is the delay after firing, which is what they buffed in the patch here. Shorten the amount of time it takes for a player to be able to act after a dodge roll. Like this number is so small that I like it's hard for me not to like dismiss that as um nothing, but like it's actually pretty significant for a Dapple. It adds up really strongly for when you're talking about the dually dashes. That's actually a long time, evidently. It is noticeable. As someone who has played uh, both dualies quite a bit, these buffs are, I feel them, and they're good. It's cool. I can't really play Dapples anymore because it hurts my fucking hand, so it doesn't really do anything for me. But thanks, I guess. So that's cool. I don't know. I feel like I really want new Splatling kits. Is a large part of the thing. Is that like it's just as stagnant in and of itself. It's like we've gotten one new Splatling kit, and it was just the Zinc last season. That's it. We've gotten a couple new sloshers, and I do really like this one anyway. This one's kind of sad, but it's kind of cool. It's one of the few weapons where angle shooter is actually kind of significant, and the buff it receives to like the height fall off thing is like good for it. So like angle shooter plus that, like angle shooter with a slosh is honestly one of the better angle shooter weapons. Um, but I don't know that this buff is necessarily gonna change its representation. Um, and these kits are kind of just boring. The main weapons though, like it doesn't really matter. Honestly, all three of these are kind of like fine as is. I think Blob Lover could use a new kit. But like it's fine. And this is fine for an X-Blosher. The slushing machine doesn't need shit. They need to nerf it. Yeah, I just want new weapons and kits. That's honestly where I'm at. It's just like it feels like I'm playing an incomplete game, and I am. And the changes that we're getting per season aren't enough to keep me interested. Um, It's just not enough. Uh, I don't really have much to say on chargers. Like they're pretty good right now. It feels like to me as someone who's like trying to start playing more charger. They seem fine. Obviously, E-liter is like really good because its hitbox is really good, range is really good. It's very good weapon right now. So you see it a lot. Uh, brush hits are kind of the same as they ever have been. Like, sometimes you see one that annoys the shit out of you. Most of the time, they're kind of just meh. It's not that, I don't know, not that interesting to me. But they're fun. It's like a fun, neat weapon anyway. I think they're kind of like in the same spot balance-wise as they ever have been. Is more the point I'm making. Uh, kind of same with rollers. Like Flingza didn't really get affected by the missiles nerf pretty much at all. You still see it a lot. Uh, the buffs to Big Swig is cool. Yeah, right. Um, the buffs to Dynamo that it got a couple like either last patch or a couple patches ago was huge. Um, and it's honestly fairly good right now. But it is also just a difficult weapon to use. It's kind of it's a niche weapon. Um, but it's good that it's there. Um, yeah, I mean I don't really have anything to say about those. These weapons really need buffs because they're kind of shit right now. Uh, I think a new kit on this would be fun, but it's like doing fine. Yeah, again, this is a weapon that will exacerbate my carpal tunnel, so I'm not really going to be playing it, but it's there. It's real. Um, I guess the inkjet buff is pretty good for this. This might you might be start seeing this more. Um, because it hasn't really been. I haven't really seen it much, honestly, and I think it's mostly because people are disappointed with inkjet. Even if it's like, I think it was like a fine special, and this buff will help it. I think it's just like the perception of like the rabbit does. Inkjet doesn't feel like something new for a rabbit to have. Yeah, a rabbit blaster. Um, the blaster is a rabbit. It's not for blasting rabbits. Just to be clear, you cannot blast rabbits. They are immune to blasting. Um, I have nothing to say about Clash Blaster. I don't give a shit. Uh, I want new kits for both of these. um, I want a new like base blaster kit, honestly, because it's honestly fun. I think it needs a new kit. Luna's a cool buff. Great job. I don't care. Nova, I'm glad it got a buff. I still don't know that I'm gonna want to play it. It did need buffs. It seems like an okay buff to help it. Um, 96 mostly just suffered from its shitty kit initially, so this new kit has been helping it a lot. I think it's a little weak in terms of its main fire, but it's like only it's such a touch that it's you're still seeing it quite a bit, and it's fine. The jet is so sad, and it's so needed buffs and a better kit, and I am so upset that it didn't get one. The pro kind of needs a buff too. It feels like to me like it's just not really represented at all right now. And buffing angle shooter and nerfing crab tank isn't gonna change that. So, um, NZAP's fine. Doesn't really need anything. 52's doing fine. The splatter shots, they're fine. Yeah, same snack. I hope we get like a wall, a splash wall with like a good special for a heavy. That's kind of my hope right now. Also, that yeah, bitter. It really needs splat bomb. The fact that they didn't give us splat bomb, they gave us this new piece of shit that sucks instead of splat bomb with crab tank. This would be like insane. They wouldn't need to buff the main if this had splat bomb. It had splat bomb, booyah bomb in in other game, and not as suction bomb, but isn't the same thing. It's okay. It's okay, but as is, it does need help on its main because of it. Also, this kit was really disappointing for me. Because I've expressed before, I think I've said before, like, Sploosh kind of feels like my remaining hope to have a weapon with, Splat Bomb and Crab Tank that I want to play. But, like, they're doing so much to make you not want to play Crab Tank that I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm sorry to get on here and be super negative, but, like, Splatoon 3 is just kind of upsetting me right now. I am just really not feeling it. I I I don't think the buffs that they've given are enough to change the meta, and they have not given any nerfs to mains, so they clearly are not really invested in actually solving the actual real problem in the meta. If they will not nerf the splash or the sloshing machine, if they will not change the way they work at all, the meta is never going to change. And the fact that they refuse to acknowledge that and to do something about it, maybe, I don't know that that's true. I don't know, I'm just upset. I just don't like it. I think it would be nice if they did other things than what they're doing. I genuinely don't know what I want to play. Like, right now, Trice Stringer is kind of all I really want to play, and I was really hoping for buffs on it. I made this kit just because it's like such a simple weapon, and it's like effective right now. But like, I don't really care. It's not like that fun. This is where I'm at right now. I'm just really bummed about this game right now. That's not what a patch should do. A balanced patch, especially, should make you excited to get back in there and test out new things. I was disappointed the moment I read the notes. I just don't care right now. I am sad cat, honestly. I would prefer to not be. It is what it is. Hopefully, next patch is better. Hopefully, next season is better. I'm gonna keep, I'm not gonna stop playing this game like altogether. Um, I'll keep coming back. Yeah, it's not till June. Yeah, we have 2 months. Yep, it's always gonna be 3 months. So, yeah, 1 month down, two to go to maybe get some fun kits and good weapons in the game. This is where I'm at. Uh, Mad. She is not happy. She is having a bad time of it. Uh, I like the new clothes they gave us. It's cool and fun and good. I like, um, yeah, the extra work thing might be cool. I don't know. I, I, I do want to kind of do more Salmon Rune, but I also kind of don't right now. my my arm hurting is like kind of hurts. Um, my interest in playing a lot of things right now. Kind of just playing chill single player games is kind of the way to go. This is so like gyro heavy and everything that is just like not the best thing. But yeah, it's all right. Um I I'll play the Splatfest. I'll play the Salmon Run stuff. I'll make sure I get my catalog filled out. I'm just really excited for new Zelda and new Hades and maybe Silk Song. uh, that kind of thing. Video games. Um, hold on. It's my other browser. Yeah, there we go. Uh, just look at this picture of a turtle. You see the turtle? I just wanted to look at a turtle. I haven't ever really looked at that tier list website, but that is something. Oh, uh, yeah, I really did. It's really soothing to me right now. Truth be told, um, I have it open on my Twitch now. Um, it is a splendid animal for fucking real. Um, right. I've been thinking about like tier list streams. I know that's a fun thing to do. And that would give me a good like focused way to ramble about stuff of this nature and be more fun for people, I think. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, it's unfortunate that the stream died the way it did tonight, but it's kind of just how it goes. My computer breaks and then I get mad at Splatoon. That's just my life right now. It's fine. Um, it's fine. It'll be fine. It will be okay. Tomorrow's a new day. Hopefully I can get my PC stuff sorted out properly, and we can we'll do some Zelda on Saturday. I'll spend tomorrow just sort of figuring things out as far as computer stuff, and then doing any solo Zelda-ing that I want to do. Um, I guess I could. I've had so little fun streaming Splatoon that I'm like not sure I really even want to try streaming a Splatfest. We might maybe if the Breath of the Wild thing doesn't take me that long, and then we can just do some Splatfest after that. Yeah. Let me look in my. Let me see. What's the tier maker? That's the one everyone uses. Let's take a look at this. Let me just search. Let me just search Splatoon. Give me something. Uh, yeah, fuck it, why not? Gaming used to be annoying slash difficult. Now games are injected directly into your spine, and it takes you 2 seconds to post if they're good or not. So true, Drill from 9 hours ago. Uh, sure. Uh, we were kind of doing this on stream the other day, so we can uh give this a look. Um, let me start. You can see this, right? Yeah. Okay. Um, let's just give some initial thoughts, initial impressions. I'll just kind of uh put things in places, and then we'll talk about it, and I'll move them around. Um, so Flounder is super good, and Mako. Where's Mario? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna give it at least an A. It might go higher than that. Um, Flounder is amazing. Sturgeon, I'm sick of. Honestly, I do not feel it anymore. Wahoo, I'm sick of. These might go higher. For right now, they're going down there. Brine Water isn't that good. This new map is okay. Manta is okay. I like Bridge. Fuck you. We need a new tier. Hold on. How do I add a? Can I add a tier? Never used this button. Oh, add a row below. Perfect. Um, and the label text. Mahi. This is the fuck Mahi tier. Uh, and Mahi goes in that. uh, I'll put brine water. Fuck Mahi tier just as a laugh. No, I'm kidding. It's better than Mahi. Fuck Mahi. Uh, Museum. I'm gonna give at least. It's like either an A or a B for me. Scourge feels pretty average. I I I don't love it. I don't hate it. I think that's sort of what I'll think of as my C tier. Because these ones I'm actively like, I wish that wasn't on the rotation. Whenever I see it on the rotation, and this one I sometimes will just not play the rotation. These one don't have that effect on me. I'm not necessarily excited to see them though. Um, these maps I will play like no matter what. This is a high A or maybe S for me. I know. Was it? I don't know. Who knows, though, bitter. We didn't play on it. Like, no one played on it. We don't know that it was better. Maybe